I'm a consultant, and developers hired me because they don't want you to tell them what they think you want to hear. They want to hear your real opinion. And I don't really care, what's your opinion, good, bad, indifferent. I just want to know what you really think. So honesty is the name of the game here. Don't try to sugarcoat things. If we've got an ugly baby, we've got an ugly baby. And it's not a gripe session, but I'm just saying, so we want to hear the good things. We want to hear bad things. So we're going to talk about a lot of different topics. And so the first and foremost is, the unvarnished truth is what we're looking for. Number two, if I go around the room, we don't have to get a consensus. So if I say to you, what's your favorite color home? And you say yellow, and you say yellow. If I get to, let's turn our name tags this way so I can read them. So if I go to Brenna and I say, what's your favorite color home? And she says yellow, and Jill says yellow. When I get to Cynthia, if her favorite color home is blue, or her client's favorite home is blue, that's fine. We don't all have to agree. Number three, if I'm saying something and you're not clear as to what it means, probably other people have that same problem, so it means I didn't do a good job of explaining. So just say, slow down here. Let's make sure that we understand what the question was. Number four, we do have stuff here. We're videotaping this. It's not going to end up on YouTube, so don't worry about that. But I do make a report for my clients, so please try to talk one at a time, because when everybody talks, our shirt right, your shirt right, and I can't understand it when I try to take the tape. And five, probably as important as anything, is we don't get into a whole lot of what the things cost, specifically, but assume this: we're going to be neither overpriced nor underpriced, okay? We're going to be fairly priced. So would people rather have a bigger lot for less money? Of course they would, okay? But you can't say, gosh, I just need more big lots, but gosh, I wish prices were less. Okay, I can't give you that. So if you say, everybody wants a tile roof, great, we can have whatever we want today. But just remember, there's a cost to things, and just assume that, yeah, I understand that cost, but man, you could sell a lot of homes if you had that. Or here's something that people are providing that I'll tell you, my clients don't see a lot of value in. Okay. All right, well, let's get started. I'm going to go around the room, and we got a big group today, so let's go quickly here. Just your name, the number of years you've been selling homes in Tampa, your real estate office that you're affiliated with, and what's the hardest single thing to find in a new home community. So I'm going to start with Quentin.
Quentin Klein, Florida Executive Realty. This one. Been selling homes in Tampa for 24 years. Hardest thing to find in new homes is inventory today.
Okay, very good. Brenna.
Brenda Edmonds, Seven Oaks Realty. I've been selling for 11 years, 4 with a couple of different builders, so I have that. And the hardest thing to find in new homes is larger lots.
Okay.
And I mean like half acre.
Okay, great. Jill.
Okay, Jill Barnes, Signature Realty, and I've been selling in Tampa for about 13 years. And right off the top of my head, the hardest thing I think is a double door entry.
Okay, what did you say
A
again?
double door entry.
Double door
on the
entry,
homes.
okay. Cynthia.
Cynthia Filippi with Berkshire Hathaway.
Hi.
And selling homes for 13 years. The hardest thing to find the higher end home, about $500,000, is a single family, is a one-story home.
Okay. Angela.
Angela it's supposed to be her. Is she on something else?
Berkshire Hathaway. I'm in real estate 9 years, and the hardest thing to find a new home has been the size of the lot. I have buyers that they don't want to be close to another one.
Okay, Debbie.
Debbie Gibson, Berkshire Hathaway, been selling 11 years. The hardest thing I have right now is for clients under 200, finding them a home.
Okay, Debbie.
Hi, I'm Debbie Sokolowski. I'm a Coldwell banker. I've been selling real estate for 9 years. The hardest thing I think right now is getting things to close on time.
Okay, very good.
Hi, Robin Walker, selling 1 year in Tampa with Berkshire Hathaway. And I think right now, quick move-ins are hard to find.
Okay, Shannon.
Sharon.
Sharon.
I'm Sharon Coleman. I've been in the Tampa market for about 7 years. I was in Washington, D.C. prior to this and been in real estate for about 20 years. Berkshire Hathaway office. I have to agree, lot size and single story homes.
Okay. Victoria?
Victoria with Exit Prime. I've been selling in Tampa about 8 years, and I think just information, because I hate how I have to go to each builder's website, and I tried to come up with this builderinventory.com or whatever website. It's awful, and it's just really hard to keep track of who has what, who's building what, where, what price range, and it's really hard to get that information quickly for your buyers.
Great. Kim?
Kim Darby, and I've been selling real estate for 14 years, and I'm with Seven Oaks Realty with Brenna. And I think the hardest thing to find is something in the $150,000 to $200,000 range that's new.
Okay. Patrick?
Patrick Burgess, 13 years, Remax Premier Group. I think lot size is what a single family home is the biggest challenge.
Okay. Great.
I'm Steve Appeljohn, and I've been practicing for about 12 years with Berkshire Hathaway. And I think everybody's pretty much hit all the important things that are hard to find. The only thing I would add is I wish we had more choices. There's not a lot of construction choices.
In terms of communities or in terms of actual houses being
Builders and
built?
communities. You know, a few years ago, or let's say before the downturn, there was a lot of choices. You know, obviously a lot more builders, a lot more communities, but now it's not that many. You know, so you got A, you got B, maybe a C if you're lucky. But we used to have A, B, C, D, E, F. You know, like there was a lot of variety.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate everything you all had to say. What I wanted to find out was, I've got price ranges here. I've got less than two, and this is new homes, okay? Less than 200, 200 to 250, 250 to 299, 300 to 400, 400 to 500, and 500 plus. We're talking new homes right now. And I'm trying to figure out, compared to 9 months ago, how the market has changed for each of these price segments, okay? So I've got these arrows, kind of, if it's about even, you know, I'd put an arrow going this way. If it's going up, I'd go this way. If it's going down, I go that way. So compared to 9 months ago, less than 200,000, which kind of arrow should I put there?
There's nothing there.
Okay, down. And why is that?
Because there's nothing.
There's nothing there, no new
Nothing
construction.
new.
I think it's because the builders aren't coming up with that product.
Well,
On
now,
a
I'm
single
going to
family.
challenge us. I mean, I've seen some Lennar townhomes.
I was
Now,
in
I
a
was
single
single
family.
family.
Now, what did
Single
I say,
family,
ladies?
yeah.
Or, ladies? Okay, I said, we're not going to be overpriced or underpriced, so that's the market, okay? We'd all like to find a half acre for $199.9, but it ain't coming back anytime soon. So I just want to be clear that you have to, what we're here to learn about is where the missing pieces are, not we wish this could be 2010 all over again. So,
John, one thing I'd like to say, in that price range, yes, there are townhomes, but I think, you know, Florida has a lot of senior citizens or baby boomers, and there aren't a lot of one-story like villas, and that's something I think we're missing.
okay. All right, that 200 to 249, how is that compared to what it was 9 months ago?
Down.
Down. And is that a supply-driven thing again?
Yeah.
Okay. What about 250 to 299?
That's still
Yeah.
saying.
Down as
Down.
well. Okay. All right. 300 to 400.
That's probably
Probably
even.
even. Yeah.
Okay. All right. 400 to 500.
Up.
Up. Okay, so that's a hot segment right now?
Yes.
Okay, and 500 plus?
Up.
Way up or just up?
Up.
Okay. All right. Now, for people that you work with, of all these, which is the biggest demand segment? If I could put a number one next to one of these, not where they'd like to be, but what I'm saying is that's where I sell most of my houses, new houses right now. Where's the number one segment going to be of the ones I have up here?
The lower price range.
Yeah.
The 2 to
250.
250 to 299?
Yeah.
So I put a 1 here? Okay.
And less than
Number two.
2, I think, is number 2.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
two.
Less than 2
For
is
first
here?
buyer.
But those would be mostly resale homes, is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. And then does it just gets thin up in this area?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the most oversupplied segment?
The upper end.
The upper end, yeah.
So this is oversupplied here?
Yeah, I think everybody's
Everybody's
for
trying to do that
1%.
now.
Yeah, everybody's trying to build the high end.
Really,
Okay.
you know, they got carried away.
It's not
Okay.
sitting there on the market, it's still selling.
It's selling well, but it's okay. So I guess it's
The
maybe
high-end's doing okay, it's just
Mhm.
not,
this is flying off the shelf
Yeah.
down here?
yes.
Okay. All right. Strong demand. Okay, and I call it equilibrium here.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Does everybody feel like that's probably okay? We're talking about this general area right now. I'm not talking about, 10 miles, 15 miles from here. I'm kind of talking sort of here. Is the market overall stronger or weaker than it was 9 months ago?
Stronger.
Stronger? And where is it stronger? Everywhere or just
Resale is really strong right now.
resale is real strong? How about inventory on resale compared to 9 months ago?
Doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lower.
So
We don't have hardly any.
low inventory. Have prices creeped?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are prices versus this time last year? They up 10%?
No, probably 5.
5%.
3 to 5%, I would say.
Yeah.
And then you run into appraisal issues.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
appraisal is the
Yeah,
huge
the
thing.
appraisals haven't caught up to the prices.
Right, the market demand is outpacing the appraisal.
I would say that's true for new construction too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're having problems with appraisals with the newer prices, right? Okay. Very good. Very good. Now, this is going to be a little tough, so we're going to all work on this together. But it's not a test. Nobody passes or fails. We're all going to try to figure this out. And so you probably can't see in the back here, and I did not get my job because of my handwriting skills. So I'm going to tell you what these are. I'm trying to figure out parts of the market and what the demographics of those people are who are buying new homes now, not resale, but new homes. So I've got singles, I've got first-time couples and families, so this is one person only, okay? A first-time couple or a family without children, okay? Or excuse me, first-time home buyers, whether they have children or not. Then I've got single parents. Then I've got move-up families, meaning they currently own a home and they're looking to move up to a bigger house. I've got empty nesters, and I have retirees. So I'm starting kind of from youngest to oldest, kind of sort of there. So if I'm looking for the biggest segment in this part of town, where would I put my number one?
Move up families.
Move up
Yeah,
families. Okay, does everybody pretty
Yes.
much agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so that gets the number one. What would be number two?
First
First
time.
time.
First time.
Yeah,
First time. Did I hear first time? Who said? Let's show of hands. First time. Okay. Number two. Okay. What's number three?
Retirees.
nesters.
Empty nesters.
Again, it's okay to disagree. So we think number three is empty nesters. Okay. And then what's number four?
Retirees.
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 And are these retirees, are they moving from outside the area or are they just
Yes.
moving?
Another state.
Oh, yeah,
North.
no.
They're coming in.
They're coming down.
But I think we see a lot more people coming in
During the
now
winter time.
of the
They're
state.
tired of the cold winter is what I keep hearing over and over.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have some that have been living here for 20 years and now the children have left and they're looking to change their lifestyle. And then we have other people that are moving from Poughkeepsie, right?
Right.
Is that fair? So we have both kinds there. Okay. All right, and so our singles and our single parents, that's a relatively small segment of the market. Is that fair to say? Okay. All right. I'm going to give those both there. So is the singles now, and again, I'm slicing pretty thinly here, so that's okay. Is the single, are they increasing or decreasing as a share of the new home market? Decreasing. Okay.
I might disagree with that because I think a lot of people, the rents are getting so high. I've done 2 people already this year that they can actually buy for less than what they're paying in rent.
Yeah, but two from how many?
Yes, ma'am.
I think
Yeah,
the
that makes
singles,
sense. Yeah.
they like more South Tampa.
Yeah,
South
the
Tampa.
singles
Okay,
don't
so
want to be in
singles
Wesley
was
Chapel.
more- They didn't want to go to
They
South
don't.
Tampa.
Here.
Yeah.
In downtown.
The downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
in
they're more
Cadiz.
urbanites, is that what you,
Mhm.
is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
I have a
Okay.
26-year-old daughter, and her and all of her friends, they want to be,
Yeah,
downtown, South Tampa. They don't want any part. They think it's out in the boonies here. They
Yes.
don't like this.
Very
Like
good.
so.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay. First-time couples and families, is that increasing or decreasing as market share? I mean, are you seeing
I think it's increasing.
increasing? Okay. And is that because, why?
Because it's cheaper to buy a new house than rent.
Cheaper than rent?
The rent's going up.
And I
Rent's
think
going up.
interest rates are driving some of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
The purchasing power.
Mhm.
May change.
Purchasing.
Yeah, the rates go up. It's going to hurt us.
Yes.
Okay. What about single parents? Is that increasing or decreasing? Do we see more or less of those?
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much.
I haven't seen either.
Even? And what's the thing about single parents? Are they more or less interested in, let's say, a fully maintained home? You know, meaning the lawn care and all that. Is that a big thing for the single parents? They want the full maintenance?
They like to really have a
Yeah.
house.
Sure.
Can't afford it.
Yeah, and price.
And price?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're price challenged, is that what you're
Price is
saying?
Exactly.
You
The
got
price
maintenance
is huge.
that you gotta throw on top of it.
Mhm. Okay. Move up families, is that getting bigger or getting smaller?
Mine is
I think it's
increased.
growing.
Growing? Okay. And what's driving this, do we think?
The rebounding property values, people aren't upside down anymore, they're finally able
Okay.
to move.
And they're
No
getting
more
jobs.
negative equity, or let's say,
Right.
no more, less
Some.
negative equity?
Yeah.
And I think the other driver is the age of homes. If you bought a home 10 years ago or more, a lot of them want the new look and feel, and energy efficiencies in the new homes are a big factor for families.
And new styles.
Yeah, the new look and feel, the bells and whistles. But I think energy efficiencies play a huge piece in the choice between resale and new construction too.
I agree.
Very good. Okay. What about empty nesters? Are we seeing more of them or less of them than we were a year or two ago? Same? Same.
Pattern.
All right. And what are their hot buttons?
Like villas.
What?
They're like villas.
Maintenance free.
Villas,
Yeah.
maintenance free.
One story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One story
story.
homes, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm also seeing a lot on the empty nesters of like, they're wanting to have like 2 master suites, things like that, like where they might have like an older parent living with them.
Mhm.
I'm seeing a lot more of the combined family.
Okay. And retirees, where are we with them? More or less? Or the same?
They're about the
I
same
think
to
it's
me.
the same.
Really?
Yeah,
Same.
mine are
And
like
do they have
last
the
year. I
same
was
hot button, maintenance free, one story? Is that a
Oh, yeah,
difference?
absolutely.
What's the difference between empty nesters and retirees in terms of what they look for and what they want? Yes,
Sometimes they're the same.
Angela?
Retired want a community 55 plus,
Say that again?
Sometime.
55 plus?
sometimes.
Okay. Some want 55 plus.
Yeah, I mean, that's not
Some of them get it and then they don't like it. They
I
say
don't- I
that
don't
people
find
are all
that to
like
be the
90 and
right,
it's not
driving
fun.
factor.
Yeah.
Depends on which
So-
one they get to.
So you're
though.
saying,
Yeah.
Sharon, that's not the majority, that's
Well, my experience is more people moving into the state.
Mhm.
So it's, it hasn't, and 55 and over is not, they're typically coming from cities where they like the dynamics of having a lot of things around them still. But just moving into the suburbs here, this is an area that's developing, it's growing, so it shows potential for future investment for a retiree.
Mhm.
It's a good opportunity there. But I don't see the 55 plus necessarily being what they look for.
Okay. Very good. This is very, very helpful. So now I want to talk about, because up in this area, so I understand it, we have master plan communities, and we have what I'm just gonna call standalone communities or one builder communities, whatever like that. So I wanna kind of get a sense of, from your clients, I mean, there's not a right or wrong answer here, and there's not one answer here, but why are some of the reasons people like master plan communities? What do they like about
The
them?
amenities.
The amenities. Okay. What else do they like about it?
Being gated.
Security.
Security. Convenience. And why would they be more secure in a master plan community?
A lot of them are gated
Yeah.
and, or gated and guards.
Rolling security.
Rolling
They'll pay
security.
for security.
Okay. What else do they like about them?
The consistency, so keeping, knowing that the property the community will stay a certain look and feel, and the
Right.
property values will reflect that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well maintained.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well maintained. Good one.
That's important.
And you don't have to worry about a 1,000 square foot home being built next to your 5,000 square
Yes.
foot home. Right.
Okay. Very good. What else?
I think the community events, like, like having like social, dinners and.
Country club environment.
Yeah, that, just all kinds of, holiday parties and things like
So
that.
social events, social interaction.
That's huge.
They're
Yeah.
more active.
Especially when you're talking about people that are empty nesters and retirees and people a lot of people are moving from another place here and they don't really know a lot of people. It's a good way for them to meet people if they have.
Yeah, people with kids, because they've got Easter and Christmas and all
Mhm.
holiday things.
Okay. So what are some of the drawbacks?
CDDs are high fees.
CDD.
Yes.
High fees. Okay. What else?
The over strict HOA.
HOAs, yeah.
Yeah.
Less flexibility in what you build,
Big time.
what you can store,
What you
motor
can
home,
do.
your boat, things of that.
What color you paint your house.
Although they need that
What kind of
some
plants you put in the
communities.
front.
How many trees you have in your
Right.
yard.
Yeah. How tall your bushes are.
Yeah.
So, like, and I just
You can
wanted
think
to-
of a
so
list
first
of
all,
that.
Maybe the
just
drive-through
your
right in the
house, or
nasty
fact that
grass.
You can't have a boat in your front yard.
Right.
Those, for some people, that's not the way they want to live. Is that a fair
Right.
statement?
Right.
So
Yes.
those that, again, some people will choose Fords and some people will choose Chevys. So some people just say, not for me, I enjoy having 7 pickup trucks in my front yard. Okay. Anything else that's a kind of a negative on that?
The cookie cutter feel that a lot of them have.
And you see
Small
that more
lot.
in the
That
one
goes to
builder.
small lots again,
When
too.
you're in a
Yeah.
one builder
Lot
community, you see that a
That,
lot.
yeah.
That cookie cutter feel in one builder, because they
Yeah.
only have so many.
Everything looks the
Choices.
same. They look like barracks
Okay, so now
row.
on the one builder
Right.
community, what are the pluses?
Of what?
I
Smaller.
don't know.
One
Yeah.
building.
Smaller? So some people like smaller communities, is that fair?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Sometimes the fees are a little lower. It's just
Lower
one
fees?
builder.
Yeah,
For
it's in it.
example.
Where are they now?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, where are
ask.
they?
I'm not sure where those are.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? Okay. What are the drawbacks to the one builder communities?
That cookie cutter feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say everything looking the
Lack of
same.
Selection of your
Whatever model is determines what
A lot
kind
of
of
times they
home.
don't have the amenities
Yeah,
either.
exactly. The
Say that
same
again.
one.
Yeah,
Just
no,
one at a time?
yeah.
Whatever the model home is what determines what kind of home it's gonna be.
Too few choices, is that a good way to say it?
Yeah.
No competition for pricing.
Well, John, I think on the,
The size of the lots.
the model homes, because somebody can't walk through a home, they have different floor plans. A lot of people don't want to build it when they can't walk through it. So that's why you get the same model, because they're building the model homes everywhere.
The smaller communities don't always have the amenities
Okay.
that the larger ones do.
All right. Is there any difference in the home prices between master plan communities and one builder communities, or are they about the same?
About the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Are we done here?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to, you got a piece of paper in front of you. I want you to write down the names of some master plan communities in this area. Just write two on that piece of paper and pass those pieces of paper down here. Just two master plan communities of which you're familiar with. And just write those down here.
That are new construction?
Yeah, that are currently, yes,
that
I'm sorry, yeah, that are
okay.
currently building new homes. So
Oh.
the names of two master plan
Are they
communities
still
that
on the
currently
same-
are offering new homes right now. And just pass those down.
Just two on one piece?
Yep, two on one page.
Yeah. Although it's not a townhouse over there.
I know.
Has everybody sent something down here? Oh, I got a couple more.
Do they have any water in there?
Mhm.
No?
Yeah,
Is Coke and
Sprite?
take down in the bottom.
Yeah, Bexley Ranch. That's a great
Why don't you just fill it out on the table, then you can just reach over.
Say what?
You should just put them on the table and you can just reach over. Then we won't see you moving it. We'll just see your hand.
So you can see all my litter.
You're not gonna want supper.
Okay.
Dinner.
Have
So
lunch.
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pass these down, and where I have 1, 2, and 3 on there, I've got a bunch of things. So I put, these are the 3 that came up the most frequently. I have Union Park, Seven Oaks, and Wiregrass Ranch. And what I want you to do is from 1 to 10, 10 means outstanding. 1 equals very poor. Okay, I want you to rate them for location, architecture, floor plans, visual appeal, builders, amenities, quality homes, value for the dollar, and overall.
There's not that much left in 7 Oaks.
So you should, you don't have to,
Yeah.
it's hopefully right in front of you. Yeah, so
Yeah, I mean,
number
it's not
1 is Union Park, number 2 is Seven Oaks, number 3 is Wiregrass Ranch. And I want you to rate from 1 to 10, with 10 being the best,
Oh,
and 1
10.
being very poor,
Oh, sorry.
how you would rate these in each of these categories.
Can I ask a question for Wiregrass Ranch? Are we talking Estancia? Where
Yeah,
are we
that's
talking?
Where are we
talking?
Yeah,
Where-
that's
It's
a-
broad.
That's a good,
That's
I
really
saw
broad.
that and I was a little, I questioned that myself. What, help
Jail
me,
homes.
because I'm not from right around here. Help me a little bit understand this. What is Wiregrass Ranch? Is that,
Don't know.
what is it?
It's a
Is it the
huge-
shops of
It says
Wiregrass
there.
Ranch?
Yeah, that's part of it, the hospital's part
Okay, one at
of
a
it.
time, one at a time.
It's a 5,000-acre piece of land that a family has owned for years, and they finally start breaking it up, and it's effectively on a little neighborhood called Williamsburg that goes up to 75, or up to 54.
But what do you think about when people think Wiregrass Ranch, Jill? Is it the shops?
Well, as far as a builder.
Well, what is it?
And what's actively building, I think of Estancia.
Okay.
Yeah, Wiregrass Ranch is.
Okay.
So we're talking
So it's
Estancia.
I'd say
Yeah.
Estancia.
So it's-
Estancia.
Who would say that Wiregrass Ranch is the same as Estancia?
I would.
Okay, is Wiregrass Ranch more than Estancia, or is it?
Yeah.
But
It will.
today,
There's nothing
It
really
will.
built
It
there.
will be.
it will be, but it's not today.
There's going to be multiple buildings in there. But right now.
So what do you want us to base that on?
What do we, yeah, like I'm confused like that.
Okay,
Doesn't
one at a
make
time.
sense.
Victoria, what is Wiregrass Ranch? Is it,
To me, it's that whole encompassing area, including the shops and all that new development that's going to happen back there,
There's a lot
but
of scrubs, it's a lot of fields, it's a lot
Yeah.
of.
So when you describe it, first of all, do people come to you and describe Wiregrass Ranch, or you describe it to them, or does it not come up? or-
it doesn't come up. I would talk, if I was talking to someone about a new home, I would use the actual community. I think
you
Wiregrass
would
Ranch
use
is more
Estancia?
the
It's too
area.
broad.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's too broad.
Okay. All right. All right.
So
So,
should we change this to Estancia?
well, change it to what you think it should be. No, don't change it to Estancia unless you could perceive that Wiregrass Ranch is Estancia. Okay.
Well, we don't have any builders, so you
It's
can.
gonna change. So right now,
Uh-huh.
I think the perception, the only thing you can buy there
Uh-huh.
is Estancia.
Okay.
But we all know that's gonna change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very helpful that not everything be the same number. I don't want, everything to
Yeah.
be 8s or everything to be 2s.
Oh, you can vote. I do, but I think I give them talk too much because go on. Yeah, that's true. What's their amenity?
They have to be on the street.
Yeah, that's true.
Every time I take my time, they go like that.
Where's their amenities though?
I'm building the community.
I didn't see any amenities.
Oh, yeah.
So that-
I know they're going to have.
Is it built already?
Does anybody know if Union Park has amenities?
But it's certainly under construction.
Gave him a 5 on
They've
that.
got,
Yeah, that's, yeah, I did too.
they've got,
Because I'm like,
As far as I
Here's
know,
my
all
thing.
they have is a,
so many
Yeah,
of these
they've put in the
places
walking
have
trails,
the
they've got
same thing.
exercise
And to
stations, they
me,
have
Putting
a
a
Zen
swimming
garden,
pool
they
in it,
have
some
a,
swings, and a little
That's all
clubhouse
they
is
know.
not really a big
They have a
deal.
little
No,
park,
In terms of
variety
a
of
minute.
different
a little
So-
pool,
What's it
and you
about?
can walk
They're
around with your
creating a bunch
Wi-Fi
of those
Mhm.
different
at
things
Union
that
Park.
people
That's their big
places
thing
where
is
they
Yeah,
their
but we were back in
broadband.
Park.
Yeah, they're,
Because there's
but they
not-
don't really,
Yeah,
in my
I did
opinion.
too.
they're-
So they're giving you that backyard space that way.
Who knew how the community for Rockford Ranch is going to be?
Okay, is everybody about finished?
I think so.
Okay, we're gonna do a real, is everybody finished now? We're gonna do real quick, and I'm just gonna start here, we're gonna go da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So when I say location, Union Park, what do you give it? 8, okay.
6.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
5.
uh-huh,
5.
uh-huh,
5.
uh-huh,
8.
uh-huh.
Oh, me, I give it a 2.
Okay. That's fine.
6.
6? All right. Uh-huh,
5.
uh-huh,
7.
2.
uh-huh.
8.
8?
4.
4, very good. Architecture. Quentin?
6.
Uh-huh,
7.
uh-huh,
8.
uh-huh,
7.
uh-huh,
5.
uh-huh,
8.
uh-huh,
A 6.
uh-huh,
8.
uh-huh,
5.
uh-huh,
7.
uh-huh.
8.
7.
5.
Okay. Floor plans? 9?
They have good foot.
7.
Uh-huh,
8.
uh-huh,
7.
uh-huh,
8.
uh-huh,
8.
5.
uh-huh,
8. You really don't like it.
6,
Uh-huh.
5,
Where do you live at though? 7 Oaks?
8,
I don't know what
Uh-huh.
it is.
5,
Six. Very good. Visual appeal. Quentin.
It's just different.
9.
Uh-huh.
6,
Uh-huh.
What are we on?
Uh-huh.
7,
Uh-huh.
8,
8,
7,
Uh-huh.
8,
5,
6,
8,
Uh-huh.
4,
5.
Very good. Builders.
Mm.
Quentin.
7.
Uh-huh.
9,
Uh-huh.
8,
Uh-huh.
8,
Uh-huh.
8,
Uh-huh.
8,
5,
9,
6,
6,
8,
4,
6.
Very good. Amenities.
Oh,
Quentin.
6.
that's a 5.
6.
oh, 7,
Uh-huh.
7,
Uh-huh.
8,
5,
5,
5,
7,
5,
7,
8,
6,
6.
Very good. We're catching on to this. Y'all are doing great. Quality of homes.
7.
7.
9,
Uh-huh.
8,
7,
8,
7,
5,
7,
5,
6,
9,
7,
6.
Okay. Value for your dollar.
7. 7.
7.
8,
Uh-huh.
7,
8,
7,
7,
5,
5,
7,
6,
6,
8,
7.
Okay. And overall, Quentin.
7.
Uh-huh.
7,
Uh-huh.
7,
Uh-huh.
7,
7,
7,
5,
No cheating.
6,
5,
Uh-huh.
6,
7,
8,
6.
Very good. I'm going to change pens here for a second. Okay.
7 Oaks.
Let's look at 7 Oaks now. Location. Where do we give it, Quentin?
10.
Okay.
10,
Uh-huh.
10,
Uh-huh.
10,
10,
Uh-huh.
9,
10,
10.
by the hospital.
10,
By
10,
the hospital.
True.
Uh-huh.
10,
Uh-huh.
10,
10.
Very good.
I didn't think.
Architecture.
Though, really.
9.
9.
9.
8,
Uh-huh.
9,
Uh-huh.
8,
10,
8,
8,
7,
7,
8,
5,
9,
7.
Very good. Floor plan.
It is 9.
Uh-huh.
9,
Uh-huh.
8,
7,
9,
Uh-huh.
9,
8,
6,
Whatever.
8,
8,
Is this floor plan 7?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
10,
7.
Very good. Visual appeal.
10.
10.
10,
Uh-huh.
9,
Uh-huh.
10,
Uh-huh.
10,
9,
8,
8,
7,
9,
8,
8,
9.
Very good. Builders.
9.
Uh-huh.
9,
Uh-huh.
9,
8,
9,
9,
10.
8,
8,
Oh, I'm sorry, I had 8. I was looking at the wrong
I
line. It
don't
was
know
8,
if
not a 10, it was an
3
8.
eights.
I'm sorry. 8. I looked at the wrong line.
Okay.
7,
7,
8,
8.
the amenities are.
Very good. Amenities.
10.
Uh-huh.
10, 9,
8,
10,
10,
10,
8,
8,
10,
8,
10,
9.
Very good. Quality of homes.
9.
9, 9,
8,
10,
9,
8,
7,
8,
9,
7,
9,
7.
Very good. Value for your dollar.
9.
7, 7,
7,
8,
8,
8,
7,
8,
7,
8,
9,
6.
Very good. Overall.
8.
9, 8,
9,
9,
8,
8,
7,
8,
8,
8,
9,
8. Very good. Okay. Wiregrass Ranch.
now this is the
well,
whole.
no, I made that estancia.
Okay.
Estancia,
That's
okay.
fine.
that's-
Right now, that's, I think, is that right? That's the only thing you can buy in
Yeah.
Wiregrass
Yeah,
Ranch?
July.
Okay. So, Wiregrass Ranch, Estancia. The location, 8? 8? Uh-huh,
10,
uh-huh,
10,
uh-huh,
9,
uh-huh.
8,
9,
8,
10,
10,
8,
10,
10,
8. Okay. Architecture.
9.
8, 9,
8,
10.
9,
5.
9,
It
8.
makes it look like like they're all garage. I don't like
Did
that.
you
Right.
say?
It
Let's
depends
keep
on
going.
which section.
Well-
I said 8.
oh, I'm sorry, 8,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
9,
But the,
Eight.
if you go into the
9.
nice part of it, it's very pretty, but the other
Okay.
part.
Floor plan.
it's boxy.
7,
Uh-huh.
8,
8,
9,
8,
8,
6,
8,
8,
7,
8,
8. Very good. Visual appeal. 8.
9, 8,
9,
9,
9,
8,
10,
7,
8,
9,
7,
9.
Very good. Builder.
4.
Okay.
9,
9.
9.
One builder.
Yeah.
right.
is there only one left in
It's on
there?
Standard Pacific.
Yes.
Just keep going.
It's on
That's
Standard.
Standard.
Standard
No,
Pacific's the only one in
D.R.
there.
Horton.
8,
Townhome.
8,
not in
Uh-huh.
Estancia.
Oh, it's city. 8,
Uh-huh.
5.
Uh-huh.
We were on, sorry, builders,
Builders.
5.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say 5 too on that. I'm dropping
Okay.
back
6,
because there's only one.
yeah, there's only one.
8.
5,
Uh-huh.
9.
Is that it? Okay.
Thank you.
Amenities.
Amenities.
9, 8,
9,
9,
9, amenities.
10.
Okay.
In Estancia.
And I'm 8.
Okay.
I have a
Correct.
7.
Okay.
8,
9,
10,
Yeah, it has like some.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Everything's are great.
Quality of homes. 8.
9, 9,
8,
8,
9,
5.
7,
7,
sorry, 7,
8,
6,
9.
All right. Value for your dollar.
8.
6, 6,
5,
5,
5,
5.
5,
6,
5,
5,
8,
3.
That's probably closer to right.
You're probably right. We're being
Yeah.
nice.
All
Yeah.
right,
We're
last
doing
one, boy, we're to the finish line here. Overall.
7.
Uh-huh.
7,
Uh-huh.
8,
8,
8,
8,
7.
7,
7,
8,
9,
8,
8. Very good. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and the reason I go all around the room as opposed to get these collected is so that I can kind of see where the best, what we want to do is take the best of what you all like and duplicate it and try to eliminate the things that are issues. So it's fair to say, I think, that Union Park we don't think has near the location of either Seven Oaks or Wiregrass, is that right?
Correct.
Is that
Correct.
fair?
yes.
Okay. It seems like that Seven Oaks and Wiregrass have slightly better architecture than Union Park. Is that fair? Again, I'm looking at the numbers here. Floor plans seem to be pretty similar. Is that fair? Okay. Visual appeal, again, I don't know. It looks like again slightly better for Seven Oaks and Estancia. Is that fair? Okay. And is that Seven Oaks is the mature of the three. These other two are
Right.
brand new.
Correct.
So is that just because the trees have gotten better, or did they have a better architecture?
No, it's just a
They
nice.
started
They
off
have
with
it.
big trees.
They
Nice.
started off,
Yeah.
okay, so it's not that it's just mature, it's that they put a lot of money into
A lot of
that.
money.
Yeah.
The
It's
developer did
hardscape.
an excellent job.
Yeah,
of
Crown's the
designing.
developer, and they did a good job. They really did a good job.
So would you say that I would be, if, you know, because what I'm supposed to do is drive around and pick the best things. I should be driving around Seven Oaks and looking at the landscaping and things like that, but that's the best,
Yes.
the best of the
Right.
best.
The design of the community too. One of the things that I love is that you are not driving past homes when
Right.
you're driving down the main street. All the communities are off the main street. So
Yeah.
you've got the privacy of going into your little section,
Right.
and you don't have the public roads driving past your house,
Right.
which I
Yeah.
happen to
I
think
like
is a
I like that too.
great
Yes.
design.
Okay, Angela?
And another thing important in Seven Oaks that you have few exits.
Yes, multiple exits,
Yes.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple exits.
So they have spine roads, multiple exits, okay, all right. Very good. Good landscaping. Okay. All right, builders, I don't know that I see a particular difference here. For a couple people rated, and what is it, Standard Pacific is Estancia? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so if those, is there, a couple of y'all rated them pretty average. Is there a problem with Standard Pacific, or is that just, they didn't, what does that mean? Those that put, you know, like 5s or 6s
Well,
or
part of
something?
the church, they didn't deliver on what they promised. They over-promised and under-delivered.
Yeah.
Okay, in terms of what?
In terms of the quality of the work and some of the stuff we had to go through to get our clients home to the level that needed to be when they started over.
Yeah, I just
So was
closed
it
it.
a
A lot of things weren't done.
Okay, so
It
it
was
was
under basic standard stuff.
quality of construction?
Correct.
Yeah, I just closed one last week, and that's the same thing that we had. It was 3 weeks late. My buyers were crying. It was horrible. The house wasn't ready. There were probably 20 workers in it on our walkthrough. You can't
Yeah.
walk through a house with 20 people in
And
it.
that's consistent.
It's,
I mean, just for what it's worth, and I'm not a
Yeah.
pro Standard Pacific, but I have a client that was in Yemen and in the military, and he was, well, they took over the capital and the rebels, and he and 21 other men were left in the embassy. And that was it. There was 21 of them, and it took a whole lot of helicopters and a whole lot of machine guns to come in and get them, but it took him 2 months. And the Secretary of State had to sign to go in there, but they held off the closing on the new construction home for 2.5 months. until
Well, he's
he got-
military.
Until he got
Military,
there. Right, but that's what I'm saying, they actually
But
did
that's,
that.
But
not
that's- you have to do
necessarily for
because
the
it's
regular
military.
personnel.
Okay, so Jill, let's keep going, but these are good comments.
Well, I just gave our builder, I took a little bit different take on it. It was, I found Standard Pacific to be very good quality. I went a little bit lower just because there was a lack of choice.
Right.
Okay.
That's why
So you had Standard Pacific or nothing, and
Right.
you viewed that as being, that was one of the things I was trying to figure out, was it just that there was a little less choice, so you rated them lower? Okay, okay. Amenities, you know, clearly, and again, I'm just saying Union Park seems to fall below these other two, but these other two are rated quite high. What would you say the pluses and minuses between Estancia and Seven Oaks? Why would you push somebody one way or the other? When you were describing the two communities, how would you describe them differently in terms of amenities?
They're complete, Seven Oaks. They're
Yeah,
done.
Seven
They're
Oaks
pretty
is
good there.
more most
You
recent.
can go all through them, you can go, they're about there.
Mhm.
Well, they're still
Wire
priced,
cuts,
but they're
yeah,
developed.
there's not a whole lot.
visually, I think Estancia is better,
Mhm.
but as far as what they have, I think there's more activities and different pool choices of showers.
Okay, so there's more variety in Seven Oaks, but
Right.
in terms of visual appeal, once you get to that one amenity, it's the top cat. Is that a good way to
Yes.
say it? Is that fair? So if
I
you
think
like
it's
it,
a
but
little
there's just,
overcrowded at times.
so it may get overcrowded at times? Okay, very good. All right. Okay, so I'm still learning, and I'm not from around, you know, so I'm not up, I don't live in
Where are you
Wesley.
from?
What?
Where are you from?
Well, I live in North Carolina. So, what I want to know is what's going to be Wiregrass? Is it going to be like, I hear New Tampa versus Tampa Palms. Is it going to be Tampa Palms or is it going to be New Tampa? I mean, what is Wiregrass going to be? Is it going to be an area or is it going to be like Fishhawk Ranches? When you come to Fishhawk Ranch, it's there. You know, you could be 20 feet outside of Fishhawk Ranch and you're not in Fishhawk Ranch. But is Wiregrass going to be like a Fishhawk Ranch? Show of hands, who would say?
Well, what they're
What they're
proposing
saying.
Right.
and what you actually get can be two different things
Okay,
here.
so what are they saying?
They're offering a lot. They're housing, sports amenities, like sports things coming in, but nothing's getting passed. Everything's being proposed and on the board, but nothing's.
You're just not seeing stuff happening, but it's being
Correct.
talked about in the newspaper
Right.
or on.
We're not seeing it actually signed in. Yes, they have agreed between the county and the developers to
But
move
if
forward.
they do, it will become
Yeah.
a destination.
It-
It will
yeah,
also
if
be
they
a place to live, but it will be a
Absolutely.
destination because there will be a number of things, as she was saying,
Correct.
the sports center, the baseball,
Hockey.
hockey,
rinks,
Right.
We've got a new mall coming
The
in.
happy rinks down the
I
road.
think
There's a new mall
Yeah.
coming
Yeah,
in,
it
and
almost feels like the town center. It's like everything focuses around Wiregrass Ranch. Then now, that's not saying that the municipality, those civic offices aren't necessarily there. But to me, it feels like when people want to go someplace, they're going to Wiregrass Ranch, to the mall to eat. They're going to the mall to shop. They're going to that area for
Right.
the general destination for.
Well, that's all we have.
Well,
Yeah,
but
that's
so
it, yeah.
for Wesley Chapel, it becomes that
There
central
was
point.
nothing called
Until-
Fishhawk Ranch until
as
they
I
started
said, a
building.
destination.
I think,
But until the
this
outlets
area
get
is
on.
gonna be redefined and called
as
Wesley
soon as the
Chapel.
outlets
It's gonna
get
be
in.
Wesley Chapel name
I mean,
because of the communities that
When
are
Tampa
around
Palms.
It could be a great area
They
if
start-
they would
it was
build
the
it
road
out,
to
right?
nowhere.
Exactly,
Right.
yeah.
I agree.
Stop
Tampa
clustering
Palms.
and,
Yeah, I remember
I
those.
agree.
So we think is
Is it
it fair to say
Yeah.
that it will become a destination?
Yes.
If it's built right.
If 3/4 of what they're talking about
Absolutely.
happens,
Yes,
it
sir.
will
Yes.
become a
Absolutely.
destination. The preferred destination
And it will
of
be
all
nice.
this area.
The mall, the hospital, everything is
Yes.
redefining the area.
Okay, okay. I think I'm starting to get it now.
And it's even got a wall
Okay.
on it.
So
Yeah, up at the top.
So now, what I want to do is, this is tough, so you're going to have to listen carefully, or that. One of the things with Wiregrass Ranch is, we've got Estancia, right? And we've got the GL community coming soon, about to ready to open. And I guess again, I'm not hired by those builders, so I don't I could say it seemed like nice places. You all have rated them high, but overall, as we get other chances to build other little, neighborhoods in there, we're looking at other types of product that might fit in. Okay, now, so again, I got to say this because you all are the most successful realtors in the business here. It's going to be market price, okay? So if you want a 20% bigger lot, the house is going to be 20% more, okay? So we're looking at how can we build some stuff that might be a little more dense, but might be still what your clients are willing to accept within their price range. Because I heard people say, gosh, we need these lower prices, and we're just trying to figure out how to best address that need, okay? So I'm going to start and say, boy, these lights are not doing this justice. Here's the entry-level home in Estancia. This is not from a brochure. This is just me driving down the street. And these are these homes, nice tile roofs. They're nice here. I may turn this. Will we be able to see if I turn this? Oh, I wish I could turn half of it off.
Much better.
no
Let's see,
dimmer.
let me see what this is. There we go. There we go. Okay, so these are nice houses. This is the entry level, okay? And I'm just saying, for purposes of this is about a 2,000 square foot house, and it's about the entry. So I'm going to say, don't hold me to, it's it's about $300,000. That's about what that entry-level house in Estancia goes for. Okay? Now,
Jill sold that one.
Yeah.
$299. All right, now, for purposes of today and today only, okay, we're just playing games here. We're not, it's not a game, but I'm saying there. I'm going to say that assuming this particular product here was 2,000 square feet, so I'm saying for purposes of today, it's the same size as that house that Jill just sold, okay? It's in Wiregrass Ranch. It has all the same amenities at all the same location. It's the same quality, but it looks like this, right? So it's now, that last picture I just showed you, that house went for $300,000. Okay, so what should this house be priced at? Again, if it was the same size as that last house.
That's going to be a hard sell here in Wesley Chapel, I think.
Do you?
Does it
I
have
do.
a
I think it would
Yes,
be
they have
welcome.
elevators in these.
Do you? I think it would be
Yeah.
welcome.
Really?
And in fact, I
This
wanted
is,
to say to you, I'm sorry, originally I didn't say condos as being something on the table because
Well, we
to
couldn't
me
get
it is a
finance.
missing piece here. And then particularly with retirees, with people downsizing who don't want the maintenance, who
snowbirds.
don't, or
Right.
snowbirds who want to be able to lock up, go wherever for 6 months or 3 months or 2 months and not be concerned. This is something that is
So assuming
much
it was
needed
the
in
same
this
size,
community.
now this
Do they
particular
have
product
elevators?
comes with a detached, meaning they're not.
You have to have elevators.
One
And then
car
who
garage.
maintains the elevators?
So
Yeah, it would have to
what
be an
if
condo
that other house
association,
was
just
for
like you have a
300
homeowner
or
association,
sells
you
for
got a condo
300? Yeah.
association. That pays
Are they
for,
go up?
Elevator?
Yes,
you
they do
have
have
reserves,
elevators.
That was
they
my first
operate just
question.
like
Okay, so
HOAs
let's
do.
give me a
If you go down to
ballpark.
the
What
ones
would
that we
this
sell on the
2,000 square
out,
foot home, there's, you
their-
know, don't,
their condo fees
I'm
are
not
like
slicing
4 and
down to
5.
$500,
Retirees.
but if that other home was 300,
On a
what's the
budget,
same
You know,
size home
something
here
brand
gonna
new
go
shouldn't
for?
cost that much. And everything should be
Yeah.
basically
250,
reserves and
250,
just
who
maintenance.
says
So
250
there's a
sounds
built-up
about right?
period with that.
Okay, who says it should
I'm
be
sorry.
more than 250? Who says it should be less than 250?
For
1, 2, 3,
2,000.
4, 5. Where do you think it should
What
be,
is-
Jill?
What is
Between
this?
2 and 250.
Between 2 and 250. Who says 2 and
Well, how much
250?
are the fees gonna be?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put down 225, okay? Just to kind of
Because you can have
split the
condo
difference.
fees on there
Okay,
too,
this
on
is
top of
300.
your
Yeah,
That's
HOA
225. Okay.
you're talking retirees.
We're doing good. This is what I want to hear. Okay.
Are you talking retirees at this point?
We're gonna talk a minute about who's gonna buy these and how big
Okay.
the demand is. Right now, I'm just trying to get price, but you're asking the
Okay.
right question.
Getting pumped up.
Okay, now, this is
Oh
townhomes
my
that are actually being built, I think, in 7 Oaks.
Can I have a dark
Okay.
chocolate before you?
Same size
I
house,
think these are.
same, it's now in Wiregrass Ranch, has the same amenities, same all this. What is the price of this home gonna be versus that Estancia home that was 300,000? 200.
What is it going to be?
Where are you?
Between 180 to 200.
200. Where are you? At the end of the table, I'm sorry, I can't.
about
see.
200.
200, okay.
They're bringing the pricing down.
That would be less than a condo.
So 200, okay. All right. Does anybody have a way different idea from that? So 200 seems to be about the right price.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, the 4-story condo, is that you're on all 4 floors?
No.
No,
there's
you're
like
on
less than
one
floor
unit.
size.
For me, the condo, I would think the condo would sell
Less
for
valued.
less than.
That's what I'm saying, about 200, because there's no land involved, really.
Yeah, because here you have up and down.
$75,000 less for you.
It's a lot less
I
land.
think the concept of condo is very
Now,
important here.
Now, if those had an elevator.
Everybody's on one level. Everybody's on one level.
That's the
I'm
problem
just gonna
with
keep
two
going.
sources. A lot of old people
Okay,
don't
so
want
we
to
say
do
about
it.
200
Yeah,
for
they
these
don't want
townhomes.
two-story houses.
Okay.
My
Now,
husband's company
this is
sold
an
it.
interesting
Elevator,
product.
and they sold
None of this
hotcakes.
Oh,
may
yeah.
have to be built here,
Yeah, an elevator
okay?
would be great.
But I want you to understand
I
what
wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind it.
this is
An
a
elevator.
townhome, but the garages are in the back,
Mhm.
okay? So I think you all understand what it is. So it's a rear load townhome, so, but it's a twin townhome, so everybody's on a corner, so to speak. Okay, if that single-family Estancia home was 300, what would this home be for if it's the same size, the same amenities, the same builder, the same thing? What would we price this home at?
2 to 250.
Yeah, same.
2 to 220, I'm gonna put 225.
yeah, is what I would say.
Okay, all right, so that's what that deserves. Okay, now, we're going to single-family detached homes, okay? Now, these are pretty tight lots here, okay? So everybody can see this, right?
Yeah.
So these are tight, but they're single-family. They have two-car garages on the back. So it's essentially that same estancia home as the same two-car garage. The only difference is, it's
Grand Hampton
this
has
T
that.
and D, what they call T and D product. And these are compact.
Yeah.
Fish shop, that's
Yeah.
the one question.
So
But not as
what
close,
price
but-
would we, if this estancia home is 300, is this home 300?
No, because it is 2 stories, that's just 1 story.
And
250?
250.
Yeah, 250.
250.
Okay.
It looks like
One
the
story is
architecture
Yeah.
side is, nice.
What?
Well,
Single
the
story?
design is nice, I
I mean,
think
it's
you're
different.
missing the land.
Right,
There's not
yeah,
gonna be
you
any
can
Yeah,
borrow
the land
sugar
is-
from
there's a
your
lot less
neighbor
land.
right
Yeah,
out the
right
window.
out the same window.
You can shake hands through a window.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think you would
Now
do the paint.
this
But
is
these are the
actually
same
the same
sized homes.
general style, and don't get hung up on the architecture per se, get hung up on the perception. So now we've got bigger room between the houses here. And also, I want to go back for a second, because I didn't do this justice, and this may not
Going with
change.
property, attached property.
One of the concepts of this type of living is that there are pocket parks probably within 100 yards of each house, okay? So the idea is, instead of having, everybody has, their little private backyard, now you have a communal area to play in, or, whatever you want to do, whether you want to walk your dog or have your children go play. So part of the idea is
I'm buying
not that you're
You're buying
making the
one?
house, it is on a smaller home
That- yeah, I don't wanna
site,
be
but
that
the idea is you're making it more community parks, and those become more pervasive.
I like the elevation.
And so
of
instead
those
of
better
everybody
than
getting
the
their little
golf
piece
garage,
of gold, so to speak, now we have community gold where people can come and interact and those things. So does that change, or is
They
it
look
still
like from North
250?
Carolina homes. Look at
Still
that.
250?
Can you put a pool in that backyard between the garage and the house?
Probably not. Probably
Okay,
not.
so that's 250.
Okay. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to what I'm going to call a mid-sized lot, probably about the home site at this time is probably about the same size as the estancia home site. But again, you have rear load, okay, what we call rear load, rear garages, okay? And again, you have these pocket home site parks that are, community places for you to meet your neighbors, kind of get to know them. What should this home be versus the estancia home?
Yeah.
275?
Same size home.
Same
I
size
would
home
agree.
site?
I mean, if
It's
you
it's
look
more
at-
than 300, I would.
And look at Avalon Park. Those
So
are
what you're
300,000.
okay.
Everything you showed is the same thing that's.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
an
Actually,
option I
Are that
thought
what
of.
they're selling,
It's
though?
not a
$300,000.
garage-heavy house.
Yeah, I know
Some
they're
of these
expensive.
Homes in these smaller lots are really garage-heavy.
Mhm.
Well, I was gonna say, we've got Avalon Park, same type of things that you are currently showing us.
Mhm.
And those are 300,000
Mhm.
and up.
And, okay, so you think they should be 300?
Yeah, I think they could be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
300.
I do.
Because you could get a pool in that backyard.
Maybe, depends on the backyard.
Yeah.
Garage.
If
But
the- that
it's
rear
not
load
full
garage-
front.
But like Grand Hampton has them
It's
as
a
well.
hard thing
Well,
to
what's
get.
Jason?
Everybody wants a pool.
Okay, now I
Yeah,
have
that's-
yeah.
You're right
Again,
about
this
that.
this
That's
home
true.
site, this home
People like
site
having a pool.
and this home site are really the same width and basically the same depth. There may be 10 feet difference here, but I'm saying the difference is now the garage is front facing, okay? So if this home is 300, is this home 300? Is it more than 300? Is it less than 300?
300.
300 is what you're saying, Angela.
I
What-
disagree. I think it's much more attractive to have a rear load garage.
I think it
I
is too.
agree.
The problem is
Yeah.
the size of the lot. Really, that's what, if it's a rear load and you're taking up all of your yard,
Mhm.
then, because realistically, on a 2-story home, a footprint should be smaller, so you'd have more yard in the same size lot.
Mhm.
So that's gonna take up more yard space as a single level, theoretically.
Mhm.
So I would say the 2-story would be would be worth more than that,
Mhm.
than the single story.
Okay. How do you feel, Ken?
Well, I agree with that. I think that you can put the master bedroom downstairs, which a lot of people want.
But let's try to, I probably picked the wrong picture here. I'm saying that the only differentiating between this one and the last photo shouldn't be 1-story, 2-story.
It's
It
more
should
about
be
the garage?
more about the garage facing front.
I think
versus the
that's
garage.
better looking right
Yeah,
there.
me too.
Yeah, I do too.
So we like the way this one looks better than this one.
Yeah, but.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
But you lose your backyard.
But,
Your
okay.
backyard.
Still-
Backyard.
I don't like
And where's
that.
the screen lanai?
It's probably my own opinion, not through too much, but,
Really?
I think a lot of clients, when they move to Florida, when we teach them all about the lifestyle and that kind of thing, and most people from up north, Midwest, you know, they're like front porches kind of people. And down here, it's kind of the total opposite. You know, like you kind of put an emphasis on being out back on your lanai,
Yeah.
listening
Yeah.
to your
Need a
scenarios,
lanai.
you're watching your TV on your lanai if you have a pool. And if you have a garage, like I've been down to Fishhawk, I mean, there are 0 yard spaces.
Yeah.
or views. You're looking at the back
Right.
of your garage or something, you know.
There's no question, I want to be clear about this. The idea of who buys here is they have to buy off on the I'm not selling this concept. I said, you're buying off that you're giving away your privacy, you know, it'll have an outdoor space to go read in the newspaper,
Right.
but the idea is, instead of your kids playing in the backyard, they're going to play across the street where we have a pocket park that's there. Now, that's not saying that one is better than the other, or one is right and one is wrong. I'm just saying the concept is that 10 people kind of share, or 20 people kind of share a little pocket park, as opposed to everybody having their little piece of home ownership's dream. Okay, is that a fair way of?
Yeah, but you're referring to the kids, you know,
Yeah.
they're grown-ups too.
Well,
And
okay,
like
so
backyard.
again, I'm
Plus,
trying to,
people are
I'm not
getting
trying to
arrested
sell
for
it,
that.
I'm trying to
Letting their
explain it.
kids run
So
by
if,
themselves.
Yeah.
if you're an empty nester and you like to walk your
Yeah.
dog, as opposed to letting the dog out in the backyard now, you're gonna walk down to this little park, and the park is gonna be where you meet neighbors who have dogs like
Great
you.
idea.
So I'm not selling it, I'm trying to explain it, and if I'm not,
This way.
and I'm not trying to say one is better than the other, I'm just trying to explain the difference, that it's not just that the lot is small, they take some of that excess space and put it into community parks. And that's-
That would affect like younger upcoming
Would
families
you allow your friends
who want
to
to keep
get
an
out
eye
and
on
play
their
in the
kids
park?
because of what our society like now with pedophiles and so forth. I'd rather my kid be in my yard.
That's right.
And there's certainly people.
So that might appeal to an older, empty nester, retiree.
Right.
Being in the park, they can go and greet,
Mhm.
but for someone in upcoming families, I'd rather have my kids right in my yard.
Yeah.
Right next to the
I
road.
agree.
I would,
Yeah.
okay,
That's
I
right.
understand. Okay.
And time is precious, because mothers and fathers, you don't have the time to go to the park and play. You have the time that you can work inside your house and your kids are in your yard.
Okay. Let me say this, I don't think there's a right answer or a wrong answer here. I mean, some people are gonna go one way, some people buy sedans and some people buy minivans,
Right.
and it's not one's better than the other, it's just what they choose, and we're gonna get to that in a second. So I just wanna see, between these two, assuming again that I picked the wrong picture here, let's assume they're both 2-story homes. Which one is going to be, does this home go for more than this home? Because it's a rear load home, a rear garage,
No,
or
no,
they're
No,
the
I
same?
think it would go
They're the
for less.
same. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, so they're the same. All right, so now, who is our buyer for entry-level estancia? Y'all ought to know this because you're selling their homes. Is it the move-up family?
Move-up family.
Move-up family, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, and what do we think that is? Is that high demand, medium demand, low demand?
As far as.
That's just been selling like crazy.
Medium.
So high demand?
I think there's first time home buyers in there too.
Yeah, I do too. I agree with that.
The 4-story condo, who's gonna be the buyer for the 4-story condo?
Retirees?
Retirees.
Yeah, or single.
Single people?
Yeah, single, we're assuming.
Yeah, and they-
Doesn't have an
Who the
elevator.
hell's gonna walk up the stairs?
I'm
With your bed
Young
together.
couples starting out.
One at a time.
I
Okay.
think,
So I got renters, I've got singles,
and newly married.
Yeah.
retirees, singles, and renters. Okay? And is that high demand, medium demand, low demand from your customers?
I think there's a pretty good
I don't get a lot.
I'd probably say low.
Yeah, well.
In terms of asking for a condo, you mean?
College.
Yeah,
In
low.
this area, it's low demand.
Low demand, so that-
We don't have them, that's why.
But yeah, I was gonna say,
If
you're,
we had
I was gonna say, yeah, but if we had it,
it's,
we'd probably sell
it's
it.
Yeah.
something this
I
area
agree.
doesn't have.
We only
Yeah.
have for rent, but we don't have to sell.
So we don't know, it's more of a question mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, all right. The 4-unit townhome, okay, that we saw, you know, I can put these back on the page here. But these units, who's our buyer for these?
First buyer.
First time home buyer.
Yeah, first time home buyer.
Single
First time
people.
home buyer. Okay.
I
Single.
think that a lot of those style of townhomes are getting picked up by investors.
They are.
It's a big investor market.
They are.
It's a rental market.
Yep. it's a rental
Exactly.
market. They're picking it up to rent them and they're, you know, I think that's a big investor market.
Okay. And is that high demand, medium demand, or low demand?
It's medium.
Medium.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now we have the twin townhomes, and again, these have garages, but the garages are on the back. Who's the buyer for this?
First one.
Yeah, first member, maybe single.
And maybe single too, I would agree with you on that.
Depending upon how big they are.
Yeah.
Okay. Are these high demand, low demand, medium demand?
I think they're medium.
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 Okay. Okay. And then our, you know, our, what I'm gonna call small lot, rear garage. Who's the buyer for these?
I'd say first one.
Yeah.
First time
Same
home
as
buyer.
Yeah, the attached, yeah.
First time home buyers? What else? Anybody else?
Maybe empty nesters.
Yeah, maybe an empty nester.
It could be a,
I
But
don't
empty
know.
nester would like
Got-
one
has to
story.
have one story.
That's true.
Because they're thinking retiring,
That's true.
so they would think that.
Well, it's
Okay.
still gonna have.
Do we think high demand, medium demand, low demand?
We don't have those.
Medium,
Medium.
low to medium.
Okay.
We don't have them, so we don't know, well, Grand Hampton has them.
Oh, yes, but they're not easy to sell.
No, they're
Okay.
not easy.
Yeah,
They're
Now
not.
we get them a little bit
But Grand
farther
Hampton, they're not
apart.
as, quite as attractive.
Okay, who's the buyer here? Same buyer?
Yeah, same buyer.
Yeah, first time. Somebody would-
What is in Longleaf?
Okay.
Longleaf had a beautiful.
High,
house.
medium, or low?
They did.
Probably medium.
Medium.
All right, we're all mediums here,
They
okay.
did.
All right, all right, then, right here, and again, let's not assume whether this is 1-story or 2-story. Who's the buyer here?
Wait,
Is
isn't
that
that
the same
the
house?
What?
That's the
Retired.
same as the first one.
Empty
Uh-huh.
nester.
It's a little, yeah,
Single.
it's about the same, it's just it's a little different style than the first house.
It could be any of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the
Empty
question is, if
nesters.
I'm sitting here and I said, okay, we've got a estancia,
Single.
but we don't want all of Wiregrass Ranch to be estancia, okay? Well, estancia is great, but there's enough of estancia. If we want to branch out one way, and we've got these as all alternatives, which one would you be most likely to say, if you could only build one of them, this is the one to go build?
Oh, wow.
Condo.
The condo.
Condos, I would go for that too.
Just
I would
because
agree.
They have
it's not
something
I
here.
think there's a big
Different.
market there that we're missing just because it isn't here.
Okay. All right, now I want to talk about a piece, and I can't show it as much, so, because it's not so much about the house, but suppose we were to put a community that was targeted for active adults, okay? Doesn't mean that it's necessarily 55 plus, it could be 55 plus, but it doesn't have to be, so we're just saying that. How would you see that? Would that be high demand, medium
Yes.
demand, or low demand?
High demand.
Who says high demand?
High
Show of
demand.
hands. So everything,
That's
everybody-
exactly.
Yeah.
it's not 55 plus.
No, it's not.
No, no,
They don't want 55 plus. It means
Okay.
right, it means
Right.
one story.
One
Single
story.
Story villas.
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 Yeah,
Villas.
yes.
But I think they have a better resale value
Okay.
because of the seniors here.
What is a villa? I just want to make sure that I know what it is.
That was like a townhome.
Is it
Yeah.
attached?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Single story.
Single story attached.
Okay, is there 2
And we
units,
call
are there
it
4
town-
units? or-
You put 2 of those
It
together.
can be just a detached.
Yeah.
Right, put two of those together.
Yeah, you could have them detached. I think
Yeah.
that's even better, I
It's
think.
usually a townhome.
They're a hard sell though because of the HOA.
Yeah, I know.
You know, the HOA.
The one-story duplex.
Exactly. Exactly.
One at a time, one at a time.
Yeah.
So we want, I'm gonna call them twin villas.
Right.
1-story twin villas, okay? The exterior maintenance is included,
Correct.
okay? What I wanna know about that product is, should it be 50 age qualified or age?
No, absolutely not.
Age qualified, so age targeted, is that
Age
fine?
targeted.
Meaning anybody can buy, but it's designed for that, okay? And on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being it's a slam dunk, to 1 meaning don't go near building that, where are we on terms of this active adult?
10.
10.
Yeah, 9.
9 to 10. Who says 9 or 10? Show of hands. Everybody says, except for you. Or-
That's all right.
okay.
We'll be there someday.
Okay, very good. And where will these be people from out of Tampa that are coming here, or will these be people that bought in Lutz in 1985?
Well,
I think it'll be both.
There'll be a lot of local buyers that would buy that because they're getting away from that big house and all the maintenance and all the
You could
age,
build a
right?
great
Required
community with
maintenance and-
condos and
Happy
villas.
nesters.
Right.
Okay.
People are,
Single.
Yeah.
Singles will also buy in there. Okay. Now, okay, I showed you several different versions of rear load, okay? I call it rear load, it's rear garage. Is that 10% of the buyers, 50% of the buyers? Who would accept an alley loaded product? Is it a rare instance? Is it kind of okay? Is it, well, everybody loves it, you know, which one? Debbie, I see you kind of shaking your head.
I think it's rare.
It's rare.
10%.
Yeah.
10% young,
It's a hard
it's not big around here.
Very hard sell.
Avalon, yeah, AVAX hasn't done well with it.
Yeah, are these attached
Yeah,
or
some of them
detached
are-
garages?
Yeah, so they're
Terrible.
little-
They're attached.
Yeah,
The
they're
garages,
really-
Michael, one at a
Garages,
time.
because
Very good
it's
question.
pouring rain.
The garage is integral to the house. You don't go outside to get.
Yeah,
to the
that's
garage.
that's huge here because in Florida it rains a lot.
Yes.
So these would be, you know, if you remember Celebration or West Park, who here remembers West Park Village? West Park Village sold well, even before, that was not a bubble community, it sold well, and those were a lot of alley loaded product. Why did that sell well if this is a niche product? I mean, I don't know.
Where's that at?
I've never heard of
Is
it.
that-
Okay,
Where is
that's-
it?
That's
West
West
Chase.
Chase, yes, the last part of West Chase
Yeah,
was
I
called.
remember.
I think the,
That's all
what people
younger
are looking
people.
for in that area versus this area is just different because that product is available or was just available in one community very close by. And I think we all know that that was a hard sell, the rear load garage.
I think
It was the
that
quality of the home too,
location
though.
plays a huge
That-
role in what people are willing to accept.
Yeah, I
You had
agree.
a beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was.
If it was in the right neighborhood,
That
they'll,
needs to be
they'll
closer
buy
to
something
Tampa,
else.
something like that, because
Yeah.
it's gonna be younger people that are gonna be
Don't
willing
want a
to
lot of
accept that.
Well, I think if you had some space in that backyard, you'd have more, you know, just some. I mean, it doesn't have to be huge. Maybe you could put a very small pool or something like that, but
You have to
I
have a
think it
lanai.
needs a sitting
lanai.
area.
Yeah,
has to have
you
a
have to have a
privacy.
lanai.
So now I want to kind of get to the money question here. So the question is, we know what a estancia is. It's been well received by the marketplace, okay? But it starts at 300,000, okay? So we can do, if we want to do something to see if we can nudge down a price point, because you said, gosh, we have a lot of people in the twos that want new homes, but they can't quite get to a estancia. So we have a choice. We could, 1, build smaller homes, okay? 2, we could build denser, you know, smaller home sites. And those are, or 3, we could de-feature the home and build more of a plain Jane, I mean, those are very nice homes in Estancia, I've been inside them. So how would you like us to get there? If we were saying, gosh, we'd like to find a way to push that opening price down a little bit.
Condos and villas.
Yes,
Exactly.
condos
I
and
agree.
villas.
Exactly.
Because the land is so expensive,
That's gonna be a starting point.
Exactly, so I heard that there's a, I'm gonna say this, maybe I didn't hear this, but let's say that there is a premium to be had for being as part of Wiregrass, okay? Who would say that there should be a premium for being versus Union Park or someplace else like that if you're in Wiregrass? Should there be a premium here versus, pick a place,
Versus
I'm
Union
not picking on Wiregrass, but I'm just saying, of the place, Seven Oaks is about done, so let's not go there. So when I look at the other places that are available up on 56 or 54, to me, they don't quite have the location.
Location is still.
That's it,
yeah,
still the
So-
driver.
And it is getting a premium because Estancia proves that.
Estancia has proven that. It's a very good way to put it. So if we want to say we'd like to find something that could sell at a price, opening price, let's say like Union Park, but we probably have to figure out a way to cut the apple a little differently in order to get there, because we know that people are willing to pay a little bit more to be in Wiregrass and the location and the prestige and all that. So we'd like villas, we'd like condos.
Absolutely.
I didn't hear anybody say townhomes.
It's a two-story, yeah.
That's
the
it.
Concept, yeah.
stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so the 2-story tricks you up, and the rear load is kind of some demand, but not a lot of demand.
Right.
Is that fair?
You gotta change up too many paradigms.
Okay, very good. All right.
Condo fees you have to watch though, because if you're targeting
Yeah.
the
The younger.
First
the,
time in that.
the retirees, then your condo fees can be very high from.
So can your HOAs and your CDD?
Yeah, but they still have HOAs.
But they
and
still have
They
them.
still
But
have them
that's
on your
2
condos.
fees.
They still have them in the condos too.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Most of your
have
condos
extra
have an
fees.
so
HOA
as
and a CDD.
Wiregrass
Yeah, a
Ranch
lot of them have
evolves,
CDD. They have.
they would
HOA
like to
and-
be, they would like to
HOA
be
and
viewed
condo
as the
condos.
most realtor-friendly community in all of this
Yeah,
area.
but you don't want them high.
Okay?
You
They
don't
would
want
like to
them.
be viewed that way.
But
So
they
who
do.
does a good, first of all, who does a good job with that? If I want to go out to these other communities and find,
Right,
where's
but they
one that
do.
you say,
They
That's what we're
escalate as
this
time
is,
as
these are
wear and
people who
tear.
do a really,
Right.
really good
And my
job
experience in
of realtor
selling condos
relations.
when you have to-
Estancia does a,
Yeah.
Impact does a good job
Mhm.
with it.
so they do a
Yeah.
good job. Any place else I should go and talk to?
You're talking about in the same area?
Well, what we're talking about is kind of putting a bigger lid on it, making it a master plan community, so it would have multiple
So maybe
buildings.
anywhere
Yeah,
in the Tampa
yeah,
area?
so, yeah.
GL Homes, Valencia Lakes.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying more like a Seven Oaks or a Fishhawk Ranch or that. Is there any place that you think does a particularly good job of catering to realtors?
I think Union Park's been pretty good
Okay,
as they've developed.
okay.
They've been pretty good.
Good. All right, so if we can only communicate with, if we want to communicate with you often and well, I've listed up here, and again, people in the back of the room you probably can't see, MLS, e-blast, realtor open houses, direct mail, phone calls, other, and you all are more knowledgeable than me about how you'd like to be communicated. Where would your number one be? Say, this is the main way you need to stay in touch with me. How should you stay in touch with me?
Email.
Okay, who says email? Okay, I don't have email. So is e-blast and email the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so who says email? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Okay. Who says MLS? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Who says something else?
You can always call.
Yeah.
Sure way
Yeah,
to
no, phone calls. We answer our phones.
They can't see
They answer, and like me, I got 3
Right, you
now.
get a message and you call back. I mean.
Well, yeah, I got 3 right now.
I know, I do too. I'm like,
I'm like, I'm panicking.
they need me.
With the MLS.
Please say you
Uh-huh.
accepted our offer and
and
don't have me call you right back.
I'm just waiting for the clear to close.
MLS, you still have to make the call.
Right.
Right.
So, yeah.
And what do you have to, when you're calling, what are you
Our
trying to
favorite
find
3
out
little
that's not on
words.
the list?
Well,
See if it's available, the current inventory.
what it looks like,
Interior
it's
features.
yeah.
Okay, so,
With
so
the backyard,
like virtual tour, you
Artist
mean,
rendering.
They don't, a lot of builders only give you
The one
one
picture.
picture of the front of the home.
Which is probably the model.
And then
Yeah,
the floor plan.
and then the
Picture
floor
of the
plan.
plan.
Artist rendering.
Or the artist, right?
Sometimes they don't even
Or the
build
artist
yet.
rendering one.
Yeah.
Not enough info
Completed
for
date passed and they
raw
said,
Or
"Oh,
that's not really the house that they're talking about.
Here's a question.
It's just a
Would you
picture.
rather see a house under construction in the MLS, or would you rather see either an illustration or, a house under construction are not normally real visually appealing, but it's that house versus seeing an illustration or the model home, which is either.
Not the model.
Not the
Not the
model.
model, because that's too much.
Something that is more depicts the actual house that's being built.
Yeah, that they're buying.
Not what you can do with it,
Yeah.
but what it's really gonna
Are you
look
listing
like.
it as
reality?
But it's
One at a
also,
time, one at a time.
the model tends to misrepresent, because,
Right.
it looks like there's all these features in this house, when the reality is, it's probably less than what the
It's a
model
more
is.
of a vanilla shell.
Yes,
What did you
exactly.
get?
Okay,
As opposed to, right.
very good, very good. Okay, so you've been a great group. I want to go around the room and say, if there's only one thing I need to remember from today's group about Wiregrass Ranch, what is it, Quinn?
It's the newest of the new. This market is itching for a new, big community.
Okay, Brent?
One thing to remember, affordability.
Okay. Jill?
About the way the community is right now.
Well, as we're going to evolve, we're going to add, right, you got Geo coming, but there's going to be more coming.
Premium location.
And so it's a premium location community. Okay. Cynthia?
Just I think it's gonna take time to evolve. It's not gonna happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So they should show us really what the plans will be, but it's not gonna happen overnight.
Mm-hmm. Angela?
Location, and it's good that the client will come.
Say that again?
Your client will come, I think that will be a plus.
Okay. Debbie?
Well, I agree with everyone here. I'd like to see the county commit to the developers a little bit quicker than what they are.
Okay.
I agree with what they're saying too, but I think a sense of community, like a real, like this is Wiregrass, making
Yeah.
it be something really cool, like like this is where everybody wants to live. This is where everybody's going, with lots of amenities and maybe some little jogging trails. People are really into being outdoors.
Yeah.
So you think it can become a true premium destination?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think it could.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who
if
would,
it's done
who would
right.
agree with that statement? Wiregrass Ranch can become a true premium destination. Okay.
Absolutely.
Is it Robin or?
Right.
It is. I think to offer a different product line than everything else that's offered currently.
So something that you don't see at the other master plan communities?
Absolutely.
Try
Yeah.
to
That's a good
augment
idea,
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adele
Shannon?
Webb.
Sharon.
Sharon?
And I agree with that, and I think that this is a great opportunity to bring in something that's a little bit different. I think there is a demand for it if people could see it. That's a door that just has never been opened.
Right.
And when you go different, it's just different. We want to do better and different.
You're offering quality housing, but in a different scenario,
Mhm.
and I think that there are a lot of people that don't want to live in a townhouse. They don't want to live in a single-family home anymore. If there were condos here and villas, more
They'd
villas,
sell.
I think they would sell like wildfire.
And it's a question mark. So that home that I had up there, because I didn't really put I'm going to call it a duplex villa up there. If I had a duplex villa, would it sell at the same price as that Estancia entry-level home?
No.
No, it would be less.
And how much less? Because again, if that's 300, what would the duplex villa start at? That's 2,000, same size, 2,000 square feet, has a two-car garage,
Probably 10 to 1,500 though.
10 to 15,
15%, probably.
10%, so that'd be 270.
Right, so 250 to
250
270.
to
Well, right now, you
And
got
until they
those villas
catch on.
offering 7 Oaks, so for
Yeah.
Well, if they had nicer finishes.
And they're pretty much the same size as that villa.
Okay.
Under the standard
They would
villa.
sell for that until they catch on.
Mhm.
and then they'll go through the roof.
Right.
Because then people are gonna want them. It's a great opportunity to put something in this community that, like you were talking about, pulling areas together with walking trails. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff that could be done here. And currently, we basically get the same thing after the same thing after the same
Right.
thing. It's just a
Same
little different
single-family
face on
front
it.
load. But
you
that's
know,
the
but
plan
it's the
they
same
have.
builders, it's the same kind of product.
Mhm.
Just different, you know, in a different section of this area, and it's still not connecting. So I think that, I wish that at Wiregrass that they had thought about putting condos above the stores.
Mhm.
What
Oh, yeah.
a great community environment that would have
Mhm.
created.
Mhm.
And I still think that that might be an opportunity here to have something more along that line, where you create an environment where people are
European
walking
kind of,
around,
right.
you know, doing things
Yeah.
that live right there.
Right.
Okay. Victoria?
Yeah, I think they're right. I think a lot of people are craving that kind of sense of community, because we were just talking earlier, people really, they come home, they drive in their garage and they close the garage and nobody sees each other. And I think a lot of people that I've talked to, so many of my customers, they want that sense of community. So if that were built to kind of help develop that, I think it would be a huge plus. You know, if that was advertised.
Is there a community in Tampa that does that?
I think West Chase does a good job of that. Fishhawk too.
Yeah, Fishhawk.
Yeah, Fishhawk
is
does,
really nice.
yeah.
We almost bought in Fishhawk, and the only reason we didn't is it was too hard to get to it. You know, like just to get to the highway.
Right, yeah.
It's horrible.
It was
but
location.
That's an
Yeah.
amazing community.
It is
It
amazing.
is,
That
once
to
you
me is
get
my
out
favorite.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what are the best parts of Fishhawk?
It's the sense of community. They've got, you know, like a community house, you know, like the clubhouse that, you know, you can go sit there and play games with your neighbors, and I mean, it's really cool. They have a dog park, all of this like really cool stuff.
They have
And
They have a lot of it.
yeah, like you could ride your bike
Yes,
all through
yes.
Fishhawk. It all connects. It's really, you know, people want to ride for 20 miles, they can do it right through Fishhawk.
Yeah.
It's
You
really
can do
cool.
that.
Left a lot of
Hunter's
trees too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, Kim?
they did.
Well, I think you get around to me, we're in the same thing, but I think it's like the field of dreams. I think we're not selling a lot of that because we're not drawing that market because we don't have that product. But I think the villas and condos would sell here.
Patrick?
I think we have a great opportunity in terms of Wiregrass to be able to define and to put Wesley Chapel on the map. You know, people think of New Tampa Palms, they think of Hunter's Green, but you have a great opportunity for Wesley Chapel can become a destination point because of what they do with Wiregrass, right? Just being offering new products and a variety that will pull people in from all areas.
Okay, Steve?
A few things I'd like to see happen is, first of all, Raymond James commit.
Mhm.
Raymond
Yeah,
James
well, there we go
Financial. They could turn out to be another T-Level price, but we don't know yet.
No, just back up.
And then secondly, I really think a 55-plus community would sell like hotcakes up here.
Mhm.
I really did.
I agree.
I'll just thought something else too. Another thing that Wiregrass has going for it, has really good schools. They're A-rated schools, which is really important, and it just has to stay that way, you know, because that's important. You know, Fishhawk is also the same thing. People move there because of the schools. Wiregrass also has the top schools. That is going to attract, you know, lots of families with kids because that's what you're going to look at. And even for resale, I always look to see, you know, I still have one child that's still in school, and so even for resale, even if I didn't have one still at home, I would still be looking for the schools for resale.
And I think that we have to look a little bit more with concurrency. This is a hard thing, but schools are always brought in when they're way overcrowded.
Mhm.
There was some way to bring them in and know that they were going to be there as the community was developing. But it's all money. It's all money, you know, so.
Well, right now, they're going to schedule an elementary school going in.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but by the time
But they
it's
haven't
built, they're
committed.
going to be overcrowded.
They got some
the
good points.
apartments in Bonterra, all the
Yeah.
rest of it, that where are they putting, they're on double, triple shifts at
Yeah.
Wiregrass at the high
Oh, yeah.
school. It's hard.
Yeah,
The
it's really
schools
overcrowded.
are so overcrowded now.
Overcrowded.
If we have the capacity to have
But they're still
something
A-rated.
great, or we have the capacity to just blow it away because we haven't thought of the schools. And if we can't accommodate our kids, nobody's gonna wanna live here.
And that's why I said we have a great
It's huge.
opportunity to redefine Wesley Chapel if we do it
Yeah.
right.
Yep, I agree.
Having sold in Tampa Palms for the last 25, 24 years, I can tell you that new Tampa is not Tampa Palms. The
Mhm.
new Tampa is
It's
Wesley
stretching out,
Chapel.
yeah, yeah.
And it's
Okay, so I just heard something here that I'm would like to know a little bit more, and I want to get you out of here, but is this Wesley Chapel? Is this New Tampa? Is this?
Hillsborough Schools.
And do you think 5 years from now, this will still be Wesley Chapel, or will this be Wiregrass Ranch, you know, kind of?
Wesley
So-
Chapel.
Wesley Chapel.
Wesley-
It's gonna be Wiregrass.
But it's.
I think so, too.
What?
I think Wiregrass Ranch, after it's developed and everything, I think that's.
I think it would be like a destination point in Wesley Chapel, that's
Yeah,
depending on
that's
the city.
right.
Yeah,
Like
some
communities.
people say, it's like people say, you bring up the Seven Oaks,
Mhm.
it's already there, they already know what it is, I think it'll be the same thing.
The same way that Tampa Palms was New
Tampa,
Tampa.
you're right.
It's no longer
Mhm.
New Tampa, it's,
Mhm.
New Tampa sort of kept shifting.
Shifting.
But.
Mhm.
But this is definitely Wesley
Yes.
Chapel versus New
Wiregrass
Tampa.
will become the destination.
The destination
in Wesley
within Wesley Chapel.
I'm noticing people are trying to get out of New Tampa now because they complain about the traffic, and there are a lot of people I've heard that say, I really want to go to Wesley Chapel because I'm so tired of getting caught in that traffic. in
So
the
we
Tampa
think
Falls
Wesley
area."
Chapel's the up and coming.
It is, yeah.
Oh, there's no
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a client that told me that Wesley Chapel is the fourth city in Florida to live with a family.
Okay.
It's to what?
What?
Fourth, it was just rated down.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if I could create this, I'd be doing something else really. Well, you've been very good. Maxine is going to go around. We've got a sheet for you. She's got an envelope and it's got some money in it. So we appreciate all your time.
I think everyone should print and sign on the sheet, and then check your envelope before you leave, make sure your cash is in there. Otherwise, I'll have to.
Oh, we be back.